Terry, I'm very thankful that you dodged the bullet. I appreciate it. I know God's responsible for pretty much everything except the bad stuff that happened. So I'm thankful for that. I share with you the concern about the health care.
Yeah.
I think you probably know that the majority of people in the 11th district do not want the government to replace it with something they come up with in committee.
Right.
So I'm willing to be patient with this, but I'd like for y'all to use the same strategy on everything that comes through. Is it constitutional? There is no constitutional authority to take care of the health needs of the people of the United States. So I wish you'd apply that standard to everything that comes across your desk.
And I agree 100% with you. But it isn't just taking a look at this fraction of time. Mine is a long-term vision. Let me get an illustration of that. When our founders in the Second Continental Congress were debating the Declaration of Independence, they had just voted for independence. Now they're voting for this declaration to define why we did this and setting up the basis of our nation. Without this declaration, it pretty much annulled everything else that we were doing. So the vote on the declaration was ideologically as important as the vote for separation, because without the declaration, you could just undo everything else. Most of our founders were abolitionists. They did not like slavery, including George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. If you want to argue, just go read what they wrote. Go to the Jefferson Memorial, read what he wrote. God who gave us life, gave us liberty, and he is a just God, and his justice is not going to sleep forever as long as we have this abomination of slavery. So when they brought the draft from the committee to the floor to vote on, there were 28 grievances listed against the British government. Today, if you read the declaration, there's only 27, because the 28th grievance written by Thomas Jefferson was a condemnation of the slave trade and slavery. The delegates from Georgia and South Carolina refused to vote in favor of it as long as that 28th grievance was in place. So they made a conscious decision. Do we stand by this principle that we have, that all men are created equal, and continue our attempt to eradicate slavery right now and risk the chance of building a nation? Or do we take a long-term view and say the best chance of achieving what we know is right is to put in place a nation that is conceived on that very principle and move in that direction, which we know now they were successful. It wasn't backing down from their principle, it was taking a long-term look at the principle. And I've really struggled with this and others, and we've had a lot of discussions, the constitutionalists in Congress. If we don't do something, and I'll tell you this, if we don't do anything and Obamacare collapses, it's going to be a bipartisan effort to fix it, and it's going to be way further than anything we can do right now.